Welcome everyone to the interview for our Studied Abroad and Global Engagement Diversity Virtual Resources Center for Males. My name is Genesis Acevedo and I studied abroad at Korea University for the fall semester of 2022. And now I volunteer with the SAGE at the Global Titans Ambassador. Today I will be interviewing Jong. So my first question to you would be, please tell us your name and what's your major at Cal State Fullerton.
Hi, my name is Jong Kim, and my major at Cal State Fullerton is computer science.
And what study abroad and global engagement program are you currently doing?
I'm doing CSUF reciprocal exchange program with in South Korea with Jong University.
And what made you interested in studying abroad?
Um, what made me interested was really just experiencing a new different culture. I was very accustomed to the routine that I had in the States, and I really wanted to change something. And study abroad seemed like a good option.
Hmm. And how would you describe your experience on the program so far?
The program so far has been pretty good, actually. I've met a lot of new people and I've gotten a lot of new experiences that I wouldn't have gotten in the States.
Hmm. And what is one of your favorite memories from abroad so far?
One of my favorite memories abroad, studying abroad so far, would be a trip that I took with a couple of friends, and it was just only for a weekend for a couple of days, but during that trip, I really was able to really immerse myself in the culture of South Korea and really just enjoy myself in South Korea.
Hmm. And how would you identify?
I would identify myself as a male. I'm Latino and as well as Korean and first generation as well.
And how does being male impact your daily life back at home and abroad? And if you can say, what are some similarities and differences have you noticed?
So, um, how being a male impacts me back at home? Well, I grew up in a predominantly Latino community, so there was a lot of like male stigmatisms and like things that I had to fall in line with for being a male. And there's just a lot of responsibilities growing up that I had to learn and grow accustomed to. Um, Being a male studying abroad here in South Korea has also has its own stigmatisms as well as its own roles in Korean society, but overall, I feel that being a male in South Korea is definitely more easier than being a male in the States.
Hmm. And then last semester, you left with 9 other Cal State Fullerton students to study abroad in South Korea for the semester, but you did a year, and you were the only male. How did that feel, and what was it like with your experience?
Um, Being the only male in that group of 9 CSUF students, it was definitely challenging in the sense that it made me feel like a little bit uncomfortable where I had to like I was pretty much shy at the beginning, just wasn't really coming out of my shell, but it took me a while, but I was able to overcome that. But for a while, I was really just very shy and not opening myself up to South Korea and to the people around me.
Hmm. And if there had been other males on your program last semester, how do you think this would have changed or impacted your experience?
Um, it would have definitely have made it easier for me to come out of my shell and just really get more comfortable in South Korea. That's what I that's how I feel.
Mm. And then prior to studying abroad, did you ever talk to any of your male peers about studying abroad? And if you did, like what were their reactions to your choice of studying abroad?
Um, I did talk with some of my male peers and they're really supportive about it. Just they were just very like shocked and confused at the same time because currently at my age a year is like a very long time, and a lot of my male peers were like, oh, what's going to happen to our friendships, to the things that you have here? And I just it was very difficult to figure things out and like with friendships and stuff like that.
Mm. And then, sorry, this is a very long question. What was some challenges you overcame while studying abroad? And from your perspective, are there any challenges to studying abroad that exists especially for males, especially males of color?
Um, I feel like one of the challenges, I feel like there's a lot of challenges here, studying abroad, especially if you're not um, going to a country that's very foreign to you. Like I said earlier, I'm Latino Korean, but I grew up in a predominantly Latino community. So coming to South Korea was definitely a big shift, and I had to get used to the culture as well as the language, and just coming to a place where I really didn't know anybody.
Mhm.
And especially, coming to South Korea as, a male student of color, I feel like, if you're going to a country that there's not as many male of colors, it just becomes very you're very aware of it.
Mhm. And how has your experience studying abroad help you grow?
I think it's helping me push my boundaries and just making myself step out of my comfort zone because, before, like I said, I was just in this routine and, like, I just wouldn't get out of it, but coming to South Korea has really allowed me to explore different possibilities and different opportunities that I wouldn't have before.
Mhm. And why do you think it's important for males, especially male students of color, to participate in global experiences like studying abroad?
Um, I think wait, it's how can we encourage more male
Yeah,
students?
how can we encourage oh sorry, no. Sorry, it's why do you think it's important for male students,
Ah,
especially
yeah.
male students of color, to participate in global experiences like study abroad?
I think it's very important just to show people who just really haven't thought of it, or like for specifically for male students, I feel like a lot of male students are very comfortable in their lives, and I feel like once they see these different type of opportunities, see these different locations, and I think if they were to try them, it would very much change their perspectives and lives and introduce them to new values and stuff that they weren't introduced to before.
Mm. And then can you talk like about the values that you think they might?
Uh, some values, I feel like, especially here, it's more a culture of in South Korea, it's like more culture, socially a culture of respect where um you think more cohesively as a group rather than individually, which is very interesting because I feel like in the United States, people much more think of themselves and like they focus on themselves more than in South Korea, will focus more as a group.
Mhm. And then how can we encourage more male students, especially male students of color, to do more experiences like study abroad?
Um, I feel like just promoting it and where more male students get together. I feel like at my time at CSUF before coming to study abroad, I didn't really see it where a lot of male students were, but I feel like if we could just put like more ways to promote it in where male students meet, I think that would be better.
Mhm. And then my last question to you would be, what advice would you give to any student interested in studying abroad?
Um, an advice I'd give is just really to really get out of your comfort zone and don't be afraid to be uncomfortable because um, when you're uncomfortable, I feel like it's like you have more likely a chance to find better opportunities and things that you would normally wouldn't have find, and maybe you'll find something new that you like, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jong, for joining me today. I greatly appreciate you taking the time of your busy day to be here.
Thank you for having me.